Hey everybody, welcome back to the Southern Beer Review. With this episode, we are going to start kind of a new series, if you will, and we're calling it the Porch series because there will be beers that John and I review, on his front porch, my porch, the porch right here at Smith Lake where we are right now. But also, a Porch series is going to mean that we are going to review 3, 4, 5 different beers from a sampler pack. A few days ago, John came upon a sampler pack from Creature Comforts Brewery out of Athens, Georgia, and I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit about beer in a minute. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna review each of the beers in the sampler pack. So effectively, this is the very first Porch series that we're doing with the Southern Beer Review. And this is the very first beer we're doing from that series. So I'm going to let John tell you a little bit about the style we're going to do first.
We decided to do this one first in our series. It's Athena. It's a Berliner Weiss, which is honestly a style that I am not super familiar with. I see it quite a bit, but for whatever reason, it hasn't appealed to me as one to try. So maybe I'm missing out. We decided it says it's a German style tart wheat ale. So that could be very interesting. I do know that I love Creature Comforts, and I also would mention that when we finish our series on the Creature Comforts, we'll probably give an overall rating for the sampler pack too.
Yeah, good call.
But this will just be the first, and we've got more coming of these Creature Comforts beers. So I'll go ahead and crack into mine here.
So while John's doing that, you can see, I really like the color though. Nice golden color. It is a little bit hazy as far as the transparency is concerned. Decent head on it. And, it does smell of the citrus a little bit, the fruity flavors that you would normally get.
Yeah. Definitely got a citrusy smell.
But again, like John said, I'm not overly familiar with the Berliner Weiss style either. So this is kind of something new to me.
Creature Comforts doesn't get much wrong, but it could be one of those things. We'll have to see if this is a style I enjoy. I do know that it's supposed to be a little tart. I'm not typically a fan of sours. Well, let's give it a shot.
It is okay. So. It is definitely tart. I wouldn't call it it's not as sour as a sour to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely tart. You definitely get a zest, like a lemon a little bit.
Yeah.
Aroma
Strong.
and taste. And it's not salty like a Goes or anything, for sure. Definitely tart, but again, not overpowering like I said. And then listen, sours just not necessarily my style. And we may even review some. Just based on the sours I've had, this does not quite go that far.
This seems like maybe a gateway beer into sours, because I've tried sours and I feel like it's just something that my palate hasn't really developed a sense for yet. But this is a lot milder. It's got a pleasing tartness.
It does.
It's not a overwhelming, like William says, it's not overwhelming at all, and it's a really refreshing kind of tartness. So I think maybe if I learn I am appreciating this now, and maybe it might be kind of a gateway beer into some sours.
And it's not like a lemonade at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. But imagine having a lemonade that's not too terribly sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little tart. That's kind of the feel you get with this.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
alcohol volume is what? You still in this? 5-ish?
Well, here's the can, and I don't actually see that listed on the can.
But you said most of these are around
Most of these are
5%.
low alcohol.
Okay.
Even as low as 4% and that sort of thing. William and I both have old eyes now, so it may be right. Oh, there it is, 4.5.
Okay.
4.5%, so that's about, I think, right for the style from me doing a little reading about the style.
Well, before we rate it, what I'll say in summary is I would say pleasantly surprised. I guess I'll go into a type of beer that I'm not familiar with, and I probably, have negative thoughts just right off the top of my head for nobody's fault but my own. But
very effervescent.
Yeah.
It's very the carbonation is just really well done. It's sometimes it doesn't feel over carbonated, but it's very well carbonated. almost like a bubbly champagne
Right.
or something, but still retaining a beer quality too. I like it.
I would come back to this, but I think of all the stuff we've said to sum it up, I think John said it best when he said kind of a gateway. If you, kind of get into sours, it looks like the Berliner Weiss might be a style that would take you that far if you wanted to do that. So,
I think I'm ready to give this my ranking.
yeah, go ahead.
This, if you are a fan of this style, I think this would probably be a highly rated beer for you. This is still a new style to me. I'm still approaching it a little bit, but I'm approaching it and enjoying it. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I'll go just a little bit more than that. My initial thought when I had my first few sips is I'll go 7 on it. And I think part of that, maybe I'm giving it a point for being pleasantly surprised by the fact that it's not too overwhelming in the sour department.
Yeah.
That it is refreshing, even though a little tart. So 6.75 again. Let me say this too real quick. Athens, Georgia, and John's been to Athens and done the craft beer thing over there. It's kind of become a hotbed of craft beer, like a lot of cities in the South. But Athens, just on another note altogether before I forget, Athens is a very special place because of our love of music, and the band that kind of introduced us to loving music is REM.
And sort of our mutual interest in REM when we were in high school sort of brought us together as friends. And
Right.
so
So any brewery out of Athens kind of reminds me of the REM that we listened to in high school and college and still listen to this day. So there is a connection there. But anyway, so Berliner Weiss it is, 6.75, not a bad rating at all and very enjoyable.
Yeah, and we'll be coming more soon. We'll be on the lookout for more videos on this Creature Comfort sampler pack.
Yeah, we have 3 more in this pack that we'll be coming with soon, so look for those, and thanks for watching.
Yep. See you next time.